have breakfast.
Yeah, have breakfast. You really should be getting up
How am I supposed to do math homework?
Okay, this is not grade 1.
I feel like I have a cold.
Division. Let's see.
This is not grade 1. This is not grade 1. And this is not grade 1. You have lots of choices, my friend. 4.
I'm looking for some addition and subtraction
Oh,
and timesing cards. Multiplication.
yes. Division is good too. If you don't want to do division, I understand. 'Cause
You're
I
drinking my
also-
second helping of coffee.
I also actual.
Why are your fingers taped together, Jason?
On my.
I wish I had.
You're a
books
Ninja
for you.
Turtle?
No, so I can do this. I'm gonna
So-
learn how to get my fingers to go and synchronize with each other, so that I can just do like, I don't know. I just did it randomly.
Just do
No
this for
actual
now.
reason.
Okay.
That's gotta be cool.
I can maybe do some worksheets for you on time because that was the next thing you guys were working on. So like figuring out
Oh, I like
how
10.
how much time between 9:15 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. How much
What
time
is
is
it?
that in hours and minutes, right?
Good time Hortons.
No, we're not going to Tim Hortons.
Believe me, I would love to go to Value Village right now.
They've already had a confirmed
I
case in
get
Tim
that.
Hortons.
I know, and they close it down when
And
they
that
get
person
that.
was working there for 2 weeks before they were confirmed. Do you really want someone to make your coffee right now for you?
So ever since COVID, we've just been pretty much staying home. And that means kids aren't going to school, which is kind of important. What are you doing with those scissors?
Making it over here between scissors and your head. Chop it.
Which means that parents are having to homeschool their kids themselves. At this point, I've pretty much resigned myself to knowing that the kids are gonna play a lot more video games and watch a lot more TV. And we're all gonna get a lot fatter. It's COFAT 19. You can use these. These are multiplication cards and everything. You can use these. As people that used to be an at-home education family, we used to be homeschoolers. We should be a bit more prepared for this, but we also don't have the proper books to be working with our children. We just don't have all the necessities to be effectively homeschooling our kids right now. Like we do have a box of stuff here, and we've got the stuff here on the counter, but the essential workbooks we don't have.
Hey Dad,
What?
do you times like 1 by 2 and then it's 1, 2, or do you times 2 by 1 and then it's
1 times 2 and 2 times 1 are exactly the same answer.
1 times 2?
You know that.
1 times 2. Which do you times it by? 1 times 2. 1, 2. Oh.
You times the 1 by the 2. What's 2 times 1?
2 times 1.
If you have 1 twice? Oh my God, you've been going to school all this time? What grade are you in?
It's 5. I haven't done.
You've done multiplication in grade 5, dude.
Nope.
That
We
is
don't do that.
that is not true.
No, we haven't
Multiplication
done
in grade 5 and division is
We haven't
something.
been doing it. We haven't even done division. I'm not kidding. I am not messing with you. 1 times 2 is 2. Anything times 1.
Is the same number.
Yes. Back. That's the queen.
That thing looks terrifying.
It's the queen.
Okay, Rachel. Tell me about COVID-19, how you feel about it, how it's affecting you.
I don't like it. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have school off for a bit, but I would just like the March break to be off and then go back to school. Cause it's kind of stupid. It's just like, I can't play with my friends now, so. And we have to do math at home and school at home as well, so.
Me, this is kind of exciting and it's kind of a good thing because we get more family time.
You think COVID's a good thing?
Well, it's a bad thing and a good thing. The good thing is we get more family time and school's off. The bad thing is we can't play with our friends and we still have to work from home.
What about all the people that are getting sick and dying? That's
That's-
definitely a bad thing,
That's
right?
terrible.
3, 2, 1.
How do you feel about COVID, Mr. Wilson?
I'm going first.
Are you enjoying the time in quarantine? You're like, I don't know. I got people around. People pet me all the time. I'm going to sleep. Bugger off. COVID. How are you handling this? What do you think of
I
it?
can't hang out with my best friend. I can't do what I need to do. I can't hang out with anyone. I need to have social interaction.
So you're not enjoying your time of social isolation? Of course you're not. But can you think of a reason why this would be a good thing? Do you really know why we're socially isolating ourselves?
So that no one else gets the damn corona.
That's right. Because you could be a silent carrier for 2 weeks and not even know.
You know, I probably am.
Oh, that is not even funny, dude. That is not even funny. Robert, how do you feel about us being in social isolation because of Corona? You like it? Well, come here, buddy. How have you been talking to your friends?
Phone, Facebook.
Yep. And so do you like that? You like the idea of being able to connect with your friends in that way? So do you feel like completely isolated or are you okay with it so far?
Okay with it so far.
Yeah? How long do you think this is going to last?
2 weeks, maybe. 3 weeks. 4 weeks. 5 weeks. A million weeks.
You miss school?
No.
No? You're happy to be home?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with your time?
Go to tech, watch toys, math, call my friend and my family.
It's 35, dude. You put that on the...
My card.
There was 2 of those cards.
Oh, my card.
9 times 4.
9 times 4. Okay.
Coffee
More
with
9.
the cereal.
More 9.
Baby,
This comes my
coffee
9.
with the cereal.
What's
Let's
9?
see if we... Okay, so 9,
Don't do it, man! Oh, God.
19,
27,
Don't put your coffee in the cereal. Don't do it. Don't do it.
36.
And you're spilling
Like
everywhere.
that. Okay.
Put the cereal in
Okay,
the
it's,
coffee.
let me just check the time.
Don't do that either. Don't.
Okay, 3.
Don't.
So 30 minutes.
Oh, don't do that.
I'll just let you answer.
For me, I'm finding that it's still pretty much business as usual for the most part. Like, coronavirus isn't stopping me from uploading YouTube videos. It's not stopping me from creating content for the DC channel or even for this one. I'll tell you one way that I'm finding it a little bit more challenging than I thought it would with this whole COVID outbreak. And that's the idea that I can't just go out when I want to. I'm a pretty isolated guy as it is, but I still have the ability to get up and go to Walmart or a craft store when I want to get supplies or whatever. I don't go out a ton, but I still go out like everyone else without thinking about it. And now I have to ask myself, as we all should be, do I need it? Can I go without it? Do I absolutely have to leave the house for this? And if the answer is no, then stay home. Don't spread this so that we can help it burn itself out faster by not giving it more warm bodies to reproduce in. I really can't complain though whatsoever because in this age, we have so many things that we can do to help alleviate the boredom and to take our minds off of it so we're not as stressed out. Like I've got a big TV right there and 2 Xbox Ones in the house and an old school Xbox and a PS4 upstairs. We have social media to stay in touch. Like there's just so much that we can do to help get us through this that honestly, leaving the house unless you need to is really unnecessary. I'm not saying don't go for walks. Go for walks. Just make sure you maintain your 6 feet. You're 2 meters away from people. But other than that, I mean, don't go out. Love how that's not actually focusing. There you go. As for my ability to keep my hands and my family's hands clean and sanitized during this outbreak, this here, because of all the people that went panic buying, is the last bottle of sanitizer we have. Actually, we started out with just this full bottle, and now what you see in the bottom, that is the last of our hand sanitizer. Now for when we're in the house and when we come back in the house, it's not such a big deal because the virus itself, the shell of it, is made out of lipids. And lipids and water are both attracted to soap. So when you wash your hands, you literally rip the virus to shreds if you wash your hands for 20 seconds and wash them thoroughly. And if you happen to not wash them quite enough, you have the added bonus of the virus sticking to the soap and being rinsed down the sink. So soap really is a much better solution, whereas hand sanitizer, alcohol-based, you put it on your hands, you rub your hands together just for a short moment, and then it dries. And it doesn't even always kill the virus. It's not a foolproof way to make sure your hands are clean. Therefore, it's not a foolproof way to make sure that you're not transmitting the virus by the things that you touch. Seriously, this is why we're supposed to stay at home. Because you can be a carrier for 2 weeks, not know it, and you touch a bunch of stuff. And believe me, last weekend when we went to the grocery store, there were all kinds of people touching stuff. There was a sprinkles lady with the coffee cup, the Tim's, and she'd drink it, and she maybe had the COVID on her lips, and then she's touching all the stuff, and she's like, ooh, look at this, it's wonderful, no, I don't want it, put it back on the shelf. Ooh, what's this? Yeah, I don't want it. Put it back on the shelf, and put it back on the shelf, and put it back on the shelf. After touching it all, and if she's a carrier, she's just touched a whole bunch of stuff and then put it back on the shelves, thus spreading the pandemic. Order your groceries if you can, and if you do have to go out and touch something, you touch it, you buy it. That needs to be the rule. So this is us. This is what we're doing. We're going out for a walk. Because this is one of the only things that we can do now when we leave the house is go for a walk.
Rachel, in her journal, she was like, I mean, now we go for a walk every day. Dad comes with us sometimes.
Well, that's true. Robert just totally almost ate some crap. He almost tripped over his feet and fell face first on the sidewalk. Put the stick down, bud. Where are you gonna take that stick? What is your goal with that stick? If you bring that stick, you gotta put it somewhere. It'll be on someone else's lawn. No, put it there. Don't put it on the driveway. They gotta drive over. Just put it back where you got it. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, right where you got it. There you go. Hey, buddy. Well, given the circumstances, I suppose there could be worse ways to spend your evenings. Going for a walk, the birds are singing, I'm with my family, I don't feel sick. That's not to say I'm not a silent carrier, but there certainly could be worse ways.
Hey, Dad.
I'll catch you next time I check in. Yep, say goodbye, bud.
Bye.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.